It's a fake cigarette. I recently went to a candy shop and I bought one of these because I don't know if you guys ever tried these. It's really just gum wrapped in a cigarette looking thing, and you just blow out and this powder comes out. That's it. Yeah, I remember getting these at the ice cream truck, and I just saw these at the candy store, and it just something stupid that I bought. But anyways, welcome back to another video, and today talking about my first few rolls that I shot of Ilford HP5, maybe the most popular black and white film. So initially I went out on a random day around the neighborhood and I didn't find anything. I shot maybe 4 photos, and not to mention it was just really hot. I think it was a bad idea to go out in the middle of the day here in Texas, but I thought that would be a good idea. So I got a few random shots of the park. The following day, there's this thing called Cars and Coffee. It's a big organization. I'm pretty sure it happens all over the US, not just here in Houston or wherever, but you know, local car enthusiasts, they go around coffee shops just hanging out, you know, talking about their interest in cars, and they just kind of park together in a group. And I knew of this local coffee shop that I used to live really close to. I knew like every other Sunday or so they had an event there, so I thought, why don't I go there to shoot some cars? And also, on a side note, I've always enjoyed shooting cars, but I think especially recently I've kind of wanted to narrow down and focus more on cars. Not to say I won't shoot anything else, but I don't know, I just had a lot of fun shooting cars and all the details of it because I was always interested in cars. And I wouldn't say I'm like an expert in cars, but I always appreciated them. I always kept up with what's new, what's coming out. I'm not so detailed about engines and all that, but it's more like I know what I like, and I like to just keep up with this stuff. So I always had an interest in cars as a kid growing up, so this was a fun event for me. So some of the cars that were there was like an Aventador, a really old school Mercedes that I'm not sure what year it was, but you can see the photos, and surprisingly it was like this really young kid that was driving it. He couldn't have been more than like 25 years old, and I'm being generous. But yeah, it was so clean. It was almost like he just drove it straight from an auto shop, or auto show rather. That's how clean it was. And as I mentioned previously, this was my first time shooting black and white film. And at first I was like, you can always edit any photo in black and white, so it's like, why do you shoot black and white film? But I think it kind of makes you look at what you're about to shoot in a different way, because you kind of try to mentally take away all the colors of everything. And luckily it was a gloomy day, but obviously all these colors came in, or all these cars came in different colors. But especially like this one Audi RS6, it was super shiny and metallic looking. But you know, you kind of got to look past the color of the car and rather just look at all the details. And I think that's what shooting black and white kind of does. Because color is kind of like a cheap way to take a nice picture in a way, but when you're shooting black and white and you know how the image is going to come out, you almost just take that away and just think like, okay, let me focus on the detail. So a lot of my photos with in this shoot that I did, I try to just focus really close up on details, whereas I don't think I would have done that as much if I was shooting in color, because I would have just went for the overall picture with the color rather than just focusing on small details that you might not notice otherwise. But yeah, I was surprised at how clear these images came out, and I think I'm going to shoot a lot more cars and like auto shows, or just walk around places looking for cars in their natural state, I guess, because I've had a lot of fun with this. Not to mention shooting Ilford HP5 after getting these images back. I think it is one of my favorite like film now, just because how clear and crisp it is, and I feel like the exposure limits that this film has is pretty generous. I shot everything at box speed, and I scanned all these images myself at home with the negatives that I got from the lab, and I'm very, very satisfied with these. So if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And that was a video about me not just shooting my first rolls of black and white, but also kind of telling myself that I do want to shoot more cars. I want to have more of a focused lane in my photography rather than just kind of a jack of all trades, which is nothing wrong with that, I don't think, but I do want to just focus on cars for now and kind of see where I go with that. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this video. It really does help. And when you like the video, it does get my video out there for more exposure, so I would really appreciate that. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.